fans of high quality entertainment. So, in one of my recent tier list videos, Ernest 11 Ernest 11183, I believe is the name. He mentioned that Ultimate Classic Rock has a list of the worst Beatles solo albums, which I think is calling for a Canadian Studmuffin video review. And so I replied, thanks. I said, that sounds interesting. I'll check it out. And he says the 25 worst to be more accurate. Huh. So thank you for letting me know about this. Here it is. I only checked out the first 2 or 3 albums, and I'm seeing Paul McCartney's Ram. That better not be on this list, or I am just going to go ballistic. And I'm sure there's going to be some Ringo albums, so some of them I probably don't know that well or have never even heard, but I'll just let you know of the ones I've heard, and if I agree with Ultimate Classic Rock. Here we go. Yeah, this was just published December 15th. Wow, holiday deals. Eye of Round Rose. Oh, sorry. Doing this Beatles thing here. Okay, 25 worst Beatles solo albums. So number 25 is Vertical Man, Ringo Starr, 1998. I've never heard the album. I actually thought it was a pretty good album from remembering some reviews I've read. Let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, I kind of agree with this one. His Russian album. I rarely play it, maybe once a year, if that. Yeah, it just, even his vocals are a little off on it, I feel. But, I mean, it's not bad, but for Paul McCartney, maybe it is. Yeah, George Harrison Extra Texture, I found kind of bland the last time I heard it. 1975. Another Ringo album. What's My Name? Pretty recent, 2019. I am looking forward to his new country album coming out in January. So, yeah. As always, my viewers can let me know albums I've never heard. So let me know if you think What's My Name is a poor or mediocre Ringo Starr album. Yeah, this is, of course, going to be on probably almost any list. But I really like the album. It's not one of my favorite Paul McCartney albums, but I still think overall it's a very good album. It's just, back in the late 1990s, early 2000s, they would, pack so much content on one CD, be like, 74 minutes or almost. But I think there's a lot of really good songs on the album. Another Ringo one, Choose Love, from 2005. Yeah, this is usually on the lists too that I've seen. I actually think it's a very good album, the studio side of it. I love Yoko's songs and I love John's songs. The live disc, I don't care for as much, even though I'm a big fan of Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. But yeah, the songs, the studio songs, I think are great. Another Ringo one, Why Not? 2010. Yeah, George Harrison, Somewhere in England. I think I heard that again, and it was better than I thought it was. It wasn't bad. Of course, it includes All Those Years Ago, which I love. Poor Ringo. Jeez. I think this album has kind of grown in stature over the years. I've been hearing that, especially lately. So let me know. Boy, Ringo, Old Wave. I believe this album was not even released in the States, but it was really, I remember seeing it in the stores in Canada back in 1983, although I never bought it. I do love the album cover, though, and the title of it. Instead of New Wave, Old Wave. Another one that's usually you see on these worst lists. And the first time I heard it, I did it for my series, Does This Album Suck? And at the end of it, I said the album sucks. And then a few months later, I was doing a discography review of all of his albums, so I had to listen to it again. And I actually enjoyed it. So, sometimes a first listen, you need to listen to it more. I think it was a good album. Maybe, the production, of course, but that was, the middle of the 80s. Wonderwall Music by George Harrison. I've heard some of it. Ringo again with Liverpool, 2008. Yeah, I agree with this one. Pipes of Peace might be my least favorite Paul McCartney album, because I had bought the previous album, Tug of War. I was trying to remember the title of it, but I never bought Pipes of Peace, and I didn't buy any more McCartney albums for about 27 years. Number 10, Ringo's Rado Grover. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't really care. Yeah, I never even bought that when it came out. I lost interest in Ringo's solo career very early on, after Goodnight Vienna, which was good. And another Ringo one, Give Love, 2017. No. McCartney 2, when it came out in 1980, I thought it was just okay. But through the years and buying the deluxe box set and hearing the remastered album, I love it. It might be in my top 10 Paul McCartney albums. That really shouldn't be. I think, I've heard it. I never did buy the album, but I've heard it, and I thought it suited Ringo's voice, kind of like the country album. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Ringo again. It's mainly all Ringo. Ringo 2012, which was released in 2012. Once again, shaking my head. I know some Paul McCartney fans aren't fans of this album, but once again, through the years, a lot of his albums, I feel, have just improved in time. And Wildlife, it's loose, it's raw, but it's a fun listen. I really do enjoy it. Bad Boy, yeah, 1978. I do know the title track, and I think I actually did this album for my Does This Album Suck series, and at the end, I said it doesn't suck, but that doesn't mean it's a great album. Curious what the top 3 are. Oh, I've done some Patreon requests, because it's Christmas time here, and I've liked the Ringo songs I've heard from this album. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Give My Regards to Broad Street. And number one, what would number one be? It's got to be a Ringo album. uh, I don't know. Here we go. Ringo the Fourth. Oh, that's the one I did for the Does This Album Suck series, I'm pretty sure. The album cover certainly sucks. Yeah, so that's number one. It's easy to complain about the all-star cast approach taken on Ringo Starr's best albums, since they so often seem to play on a fan's lonely desire for a reunion. And produced by disco maven Arif Mardin, with an unearthly blind eye to the punk revolution brewing around him. Ringo IV positioned Starr in a shamelessly overproduced dance-oriented atmosphere that perhaps ranks as the most embarrassing, gut-churning moment for any former member of the Beatles. So that's it. That's the number one choice. Let me know in the comments section below if you agree with that as the number one choice, and which of these albums you feel shouldn't be in this list. So thanks for watching, and thanks again for letting me know about this. Bye.